If you are in your final 40 days before you're going live here, what are you going to be doing for maximizing your winners? I'm going to show you guys some tips here tonight specifically. Now, 3 ways to work the half position. This is for the folks who are about to go to the final step, getting into live trading. Again, the middle 40 days there, I'm going to teach you how to lose well. I'm not focusing on that here tonight, but after you've learned how to lose well, I'm going to teach you how to maximize your winner, how to win well. All right, so handling unexpected news. Holy shnikes, this is a big one, and I want to use the example from today. If you were not using LunchBot today, I want to make sure you guys know you got to turn off the automated systems when these news events start to occur. Now, how do you know when those news events occur? Today, particularly, it was all about what's going on with, we're going to impeach the president, right? We got the Democrats going nuts out there, and of course, I told you guys what was going to happen. I talked to you guys about how we're probably going to get a bounce both directions, because there's no way this has no, as we've said and seen before, there's no there. But regardless, off sides of our political rants, I've got plenty of those, as you guys know. We're going to talk about how and why it matters around our trading, what you've got to do to turn off those bots and anticipate it. You cannot walk away. Okay, we're going to talk about that here tonight. J-hook 2, target observation. I showed a great example today, and this is something that came about later in my career. As I saw the J-hook progression, there are some that I knew were going to complete, get through that second target, third targets, in which I found a couple of hints. And I'm going to show you guys here tonight a little bit of a top secret there. This is not found in the J-hook strategy itself, but we'll be adding to it for those of you guys who are in premium. So getting a little preview of that here tonight on that J-hook strategy particularly. And right down here, the 3 Discord menus for training examples, 40 days, maximizing your winners. And we'll do 1 and 2 together, that and 3 ways to work the half position. Now, so let's go, and we're going to do some market replay here tonight, and I'm going to show you guys how this works. So I've downloaded yesterday's market replay data, and I've got this starting at 10:30 a.m. So I used the go-to feature, and I literally typed in 10:30 a.m. and clicked on OK. Let's press play here and speed it along, and let's see if we can find some examples here. I want to show a double dot example. That one if you haven't done so already. So we're going to be looking for 2 green dots coming in. One is going to be on the 5s, and we'll have some others that correlate along with that. Should be up here. So top right hand corner, I've got the 5s. Bottom right, I've got the 2s as this progresses through. All right, here is dot number 1
Color dot alert for
on the 2s. Not going to get in on this one. What I want to see is the one that correlates with our 5s. So again, we're going to be looking for a double dot. If you guys are familiar with the double dot strategy, that was a single dot. That one didn't work too bad, the chart. So I should already kind of be preparing myself and holding my finger over the buy button, because we're looking for a secondary dot, right? If I've got 1 green dot on the double dot strategy, what am I waiting on? I got green dot number 1, and I'm waiting on green dot number 2 to show up, right? We had the J-hook to the long side coming right into the entry point. There is our double dot. All right, so I'm going to enter into this position. Now, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to push out. You're going to see me push out my targets. I'm saying I'm pushing out my targets, but it's going so slow on this dev machine. It might be tricky. All right, so I got them pushed out. Now I want to make sure that I've got my stops in the right place. So for a double dot, I actually want to have a mental stop up underneath here under the dot, but by default, what do I have? I have a 25 tick stop here, right? And let me see if I can get over here and pause this. Remember, we're coming off of a double dot 5s. Okay, I want to kind of zoom in here. Let's talk about what's going on here in case you got a little bit lost if you're new. So we're entering in on, this is a double dot strategy. So I've got 2 dots within 10 or 15 ticks of one another with no red dot in between. I had a J-hook long on this as well. A few other things kind of coming in with us. Over here to the left, you also notice we had a perfect Gartley with a big reaction off of the green for the formation here to the left. We are getting harmonic reactions down here a minute ago. We also got the shark. So now we know I can get a 10 and 15 target, right? Your final 40 days, we're trying to hold positions, okay? So I want to push out my targets, hold the position until you get an opposing signal. So in the final set of 40 days, part 1, step 1, what you're looking for and what we're trying to do is we are trying to maximize our winners. That's the entire point, okay? But you have to practice this. We are going to practice holding runners. Okay, so bear with me. Take a screenshot. We'll come back to this. I know this is a mess. We'll try to make this a little bit cleaner in a different set of notes. So back to where we are right here. I've got the entry. Now when you're maximizing the winner, the entry is simply the start. And this is probably, I'd say, a third of what we're doing here because there's only two other things we're looking at, okay? The half position and the full target, okay? Entry, half position, full target. Entry. Taken care of. What is this entry? This one particularly is a double dot entry that we're taking right here, and we're going to try to maximize this one and hold this as long as we can and manage the position along the way. Here we go. Now, I always enter in what? 1s and 2s, okay? But I do not, remember this little simple rule. I personally try not to have oddball numbers, okay? No odds. That should be a very simple rule, okay? Now, if you're a negative person, the rule is this. No odds, okay? If you're a positive person, only evens. There you go, okay? Glass half full, glass half empty. No odds. No oddballs, okay? Only evens. Now, that means I'm trying to, because I'm managing a half a position when you've got, I'm at 10 contracts, right? I can easily know. I know that half of that is 5. Okay, it's as simple as that. Now I can look. If you get messed up, don't panic. Okay, because sometimes I've caught myself like, oh, I got 9 contracts right now because one of them exited because I didn't move my target fast enough. I got one of mine filled, and then I moved the bracket. I got filled on one, and I still got. So now I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do for half? Look, don't panic. Okay, just approximate as you go. But so let's play it through. I have 10 contracts here. So I'm going to look for any kind of little minor pullback and I'm going to add to this position. I'm trying to build to a 16 contract position if you're keeping track and know how I work. Okay, I'm just talking to you guys through my mental thought process. Okay, we're also in the middle of a J hook. Remember that, right? What's the J hook? Let's talk about this. What else do I have working with this position? Well, I've got a J hook going on here. Again, we're looking to build up confluence. My algorithm is telling me I have a J hook. J hook plus a double dot coming in here for this trading strategy, right? Right there. Bam. Plus, here's the entry. Okay, here is our entry box on a J hook. What's my target 1? Up here. Okay, what's my target 2? Okay, here's my stop out. Okay, now this is for a J hook. Okay, you know the J hook? Awesome. We got a J hook plus a double dot working here. So what should I automatically be thinking when I see something like this? I need to be thinking, I need to move my targets out to target 1 at least, okay? So I'm gonna move one set of targets to target 1. I'm gonna move one set of targets to target 2 because my bracket is built. If you don't know why my bracket is built, you need to go study ATMs. It's real simple inside of NinjaTrader. Now, I'm gonna move my stops out, my targets out right now, okay? I showed you guys at target 1, here I go. Move bracket 1, move bracket 2. Okay. So anytime this kind of comes back, I am looking to add somewhere in here. Okay, now what I not have is my timing lines. Let's go ahead and do some timing lines, right? Let's do this right. Where should our timing lines be right now? Right here. I need to measure this one. Bam, and look at that. If I had already done this, wouldn't I have already been prepared for this? Yes, why? Because this is a SMLK. Let's zoom in right here. Okay. Small, medium, large, and king size entry, and there's the dot, right? Is this not going to be a big play? So on top of all the other stuff we already know, we got a J hook, plus we got a double dot, plus these are in the entry box of the J hook. What else do we have? Perfect timing, measuring the dots. Okay, so I've got my dot measurement. Now, part 2, I know I'm entering in on this second dot. So now I'm drawing out additional sets of lines, right? Bam, right there. So SMLK right in front of me. Okay. Everybody's like, what is he talking about? SMLK. So if you are new with us, okay, these are each one of these lines. These are timing lines S, M, L, and K. This is small, medium, large, king size. This has to do with where a dot lands or another entry type that we take. If you're looking in between this section here, a larger king size move, this is the one that we're looking for, the bigger runners. If you hit somewhere in here, pretty easy, right? SM, Small, what are we doing? I'm looking for short targets, right? I may get my 10 tick, my 15 tick only, right? I'm not trying to hit my 20 or 25 or my 40 tick target in this zone, but I am if we're punching here, right? All right, here we go. So as this is moving up, okay, we got our large position. Obviously this thing is rocking. That's great news. Let me press pause, hopefully, pause, there we go. Okay, so now we've just come into another timing line, right? You guys can see that? We just tapped a timing line right here. Which one is that? That is the small, okay? Small. First turn right here at the small. Okay. Well, is there any reason I need to exit right here right now? No. What should I be thinking though? I'm looking for a place to add to my position because I'm only on 10 contracts right now. So I'm looking to add to my position. But where's my first exit point for a half? Now it's right here. Why? What is this gold box? What does this gold box represent? This is going to be a harmonic completion of some sort coming in right here. Okay, so now I need to move my first target into this location. All right, is everybody following what I'm doing here? I'm moving this in. Now I'm going to go up here. Remember, I can manage these from any chart I want. That's the beautiful thing about the system of what we're doing. Now, why am I moving this one to this location instead of that target 2 that I was looking before? Because look what else I have. I have another harmonic PRZ. This is a predicted PRZ coming in right here and right here. So see where I'm moving my targets to right now. In the event that the thing just goes straight to my target, okay, and if I don't get the opportunity to push it, I want to take off right here. Now again, right here, this is easy because I've got half my position, right? I already told you guys that I can manage this in multiple ways. I'm managing this already with a half position takeoff because I've already got this split. I've got a 10 contract position. I've got 5 and 5, right? Easy peasy, okay? It gets more complicated when you don't, but right now I'm showing you guys the way to manage this with a half position. I'm only putting my half position off on this target right here. And you know what? I'm not even gonna add to this position. I wanna see, as this moves up, I want you guys to see how I manage this position because my goal is to take off half a position at an opposing color immediately, okay? I am immediately taking off that position. Let's go ahead and write out these rules. I am upon opposing color, I'm exiting half my position immediately. Okay? But why am I slowing down here, right? That should be easy, right? Because we may be adding this back. All right, so thought process is this. If I remove half, I'm already thinking about when do I get to add it back. So in order for me to add it back, the reason this is important is because I'm about to show you guys how I'm going to pull open another ATM. Follow along. I'm going to pop this one over right here. This little button right here. Bloop. Now I've got another. And you'll notice I have the ATM here and it's set to none. It currently says none. So now I'm going to open up my other position window when I'm going to be hitting some big runner. Okay. I got this one sitting here and I'm going to punch what's half a position. Okay, looking for 5. This is one way to manage this. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the quantity and I'm ready. Okay, so that means if I punch buy market right now, okay, buy market 5, boom, this is going to instantly buy at the market 5 contracts. You see how easy this is if I'm going to add it back? So now I'm working and managing 3 chart traders, but it's just buttons, folks. Okay, now look, I know I'm taking a lot of time. This sounds complicated, but I promise you, if you practice this stuff, it gets easier. That's why I want you guys to practice this in your final 40 days. This is not going to be like, oh yeah, I mean, this is something I've done my whole life. It's like getting in a car and driving. No, it's not. Yeah, so I'm throwing in, again, this extra little piece. This is one way to do this. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to get ready with half my position on another ATM, or I can use the 2 that I always use. Okay, I'm going to show you, like I said, I told you guys tonight, there's several ways to do this. And you have to choose for yourself. Again, if you got lots of space on your monitors, you may have this off on another monitor, right? I'm showing you guys on one single 4K monitor how I would manage this if I want it all on one. But take your pick, okay? You can do this, or, you know, you could come up here and adjust up here. I can hit this drop down, select none, okay? And do it that way too. Remember this one, this top one should be at 1525. The bottom one should be at 1015. You guys know the drill? Okay, so what does that mean? I got my small ATM, what we call small, okay, and then up here we have our big, right, And over here, this is sort of our, kind of like the rover, right? This is our, the extra. Not necessary, but I like it. I like to use the rover for when I'm using and hitting a large position. You'll notice I will go without having a bracket. Now again, that can be a little bit more dangerous. You need to make sure, you need to think about how often if your system is susceptible to crashes. If you're not comfortable calling up your broker quickly and calling them in, saying, hi, this is so-and-so, account number such and such and such and such, I need to close out my NASDAQ trade. Bam. If you cannot do that quickly, maybe you're not ready for this. Make sure you got your broker on speed dial and should be at the top of the list on your cell phone. Okay, big ATM. What does that mean? For our big, let's go ahead and give some numbers. Big, I'm looking for 1525. We call this the 1525-25S. Okay. And what is this one? And this one is our 10, 15, 25S. Okay. So this is a target. Target, 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 target. So target 1, 15, target 2, 25. This one, first target is 10. This one's second target is 15. Stop is always 25 ticks for us. And again, this is a fail-safe stop, folks. For a fail-safe only, we are closing out before this. So for my point, I want my stop in a safe enough place that I can work the position and not choke it out, okay? And I teach you guys methods. You should know this in your second 40 days with us, how to maximize that loser so that you are not taking 25 tick stops. Our average stop in here is 6 to 8 ticks. Okay, write that down. 6 to 8 ticks is where we are typically closing out on average. Now that means we take 2 tick stops. That means we take 15 tick stops, but we're trying to keep away from that 25. That 25 is just there in the event that the market just takes it, you know what I'm saying? It happens. Okay, and you look, I can always come back from a 25. Think about the numbers that we're working with here. Okay, I can always come back from a 25 tick loss. No biggie. All right, 1 or 2 trades and we can get that 25 ticks back. We start giving up more ticks than that, we have a problem, right? We don't want to have to deal with that. But 25 tick stop, no problem. We can come right back from that. I don't want to, okay? But we can come back from a 25 tick stop. So there we go. I've even explained that. So as this position starts to work forward, I've got this guy ready to go. My first position is going to close out right here, probably. Now, I don't remember. Let me go. I could go cheat here. I don't really know. Let's just press play. Okay. Play, and let's fast forward here. And let's see if we get half of our position taken off automatically from our ATM up here. Another way that you can do this is I could actually close this out. Okay. In fact, let's try that method. I think you guys get this, right? I can let this just go up there, punch out 5 of my contracts, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to close this bracket. Okay. How do I close this bracket? If this is your first time doing this, that little X button right there will close just the bracket. But remember, this is OCO, so it's also going to close out 5 contracts here and 5 contracts in the order down here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and punch it, X. Okay, now that did not close out any position. The position is still 10 contracts, but I only have 5 protected. Okay, I could come down here. There's lots of ways to do this. I can come in here and I can put in a stop order if I want. Okay, stop order, press 5 if you're really, you know, super protectionist type of person. I totally get that, and everybody, you know, who wants to troll and be like, that's unprotected position. Well, oftentimes I'll come down here and I'll actually grab a stop in the event that the market just takes a poop, right? Because it can happen. So now what do I have to do in this type of situation? That means I've got to close out 5 here myself. I'm going to show you how I do that now. Okay, speeding right along. I'm going to start looking right over here. Okay, I'm going to be using these buttons. I've got my 5 set. So I'm also going to close out 5 contracts. How do I close out 5 contracts on a long position? If I am long, that means I have bought, right? Buy 5, that means I have to sell 5. So I'm up here with my finger on the trigger, sell market 5 when this gets to a target location. You guys following that? Okay, sell market right there. And with quantity set to 5 right here, this is going to instantly sell 5. Okay. Oh, look, we got a place I'm going to be able to add right here. Okay, if this comes to this zone, I'm going to add to position. So this just goes green. Let's see if we go green. Told you guys I wanted to add in position anyway. I'm going to wait for the timing line cross, right? Timing line cross coming in. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it to go green. Bingo! All right. Adding contracts to position. Now, I've got a little more complication, right? I'm starting moving my tags out. I don't really want to put these together right now. I'm going to do the same thing I just did a minute ago, though. Okay, just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to put half here. So I got 6 up here. And I'm going to close this one out. Okay? Now, if I close this one out, what am I going to go to over here? I'm going to change this quantity over here. I'm going to punch the up button. Now I've got 6. You see how easy that was? That's it. Now, I'm ready to go. Okay, all I'm going to do, I'm going to have this my finger on the trigger for selling 6. Okay, I'm selling 6 right here. Okay, because I just added 2 in this spot here on the bat. You know what? Let's turn on something. Let's go to data series. Let's turn on text and markers. I know it's going to get messy. I don't like doing this, but we're going to do it for visibility's sake. I hope this thing doesn't crash on me. All right, there we go. So additional entries now. You can see I'm going to move this chart over as this trade continues. All right, and let's speed it along. Market replay. Speed it along. And again, you guys are not going to be doing this slow. I'm just really slowing this down to make sure you can get it. Okay, I really want folks to come back and watch this video and understand everything. It should answer a lot of questions here tonight. But again, if you practice this a lot, I'm telling you, it'll become natural, just like anything. Okay, but you got to play the game a while. It's not going to happen the first time. So you notice how that came perfectly on that timing line. All right, second touch of this area. I'm not going to add to that position unless it gets to the timing line, right? There's a second one I'll add right here. All right, I just added 2 more contracts. Here we go. We're speeding this along. What am I doing? I'm moving my targets out. Now I've got to deal with half is going to be 7, right? Half is 7. I need to move my stops out of the way.
NASDAQ. Color
Oh, there's a
alert
nice
for
green
NASDAQ.
dot. I'm going to add to position. Now I'm at my full 16 contracts. I'm at a full 16 contract position.
NASDAQ.
I got half and half.
Color alert for NASDAQ. NASDAQ. Color
We got a
alert
blue
for
dot.
NASDAQ.
You know I want to add to that. I'm adding to it. I got a blue dot position here. I'm going to close these brackets here. I'm moving this one out. All right, blue dot entry on a timing line, probably the best place to add to that whole position. So now what's half my position here to be able to move up is 9, right? So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to punch this up a few times. Now I've got 9 quantity for my buy order. Now I'm going to play this like I don't need these brackets. I'm going to go ahead and close these 2 little brackets out because I want to show you guys how to do this the manual way, how I oftentimes end up managing my position just because I like to go ahead and not having to deal with moving the brackets around. I'll be honest. It's just a little technique that I do over time. Now, this is where I should be exiting half, right? Here we go. I'm selling half my position. Boom, right here. Why? That is an opposing color. Does everybody recognize that's an opposing color? And I'm about to buy it back. We broke through. We broke through. Added back to the position. Does everybody understand what just happened right there? Okay. I get an opposing signal, right? I can exit there. Now, I wanted to show something else though. Oftentimes I will not do this right here because this is a lower time frame. I really don't care about this area, but I'm using this for an example. Okay. If I'm entering and my double dot shows up on the 5s, you guys should know what that means. I'm on the candy bar 5s. Okay. If my entry signal is on the 5s, do I really want to exit because of a 2? No. My position run size is coming off of my 5s as my primary position. So I really want to exit only if an opposing signal comes where? On the 5s. So should I really sweat this one? No, but look, I'm not going to fault you. If you do what I just did right there, I'm closing out in a good practice. Okay, closing out half my position right here. But if it breaks, or I get in a, if I get an additional dot like I did down here, can I add to that position? Yes. So let's count that what I did was when I added this position, I should really be taking half of that right here. You're following the visuals. If you get in on a blue that came in on the 2s, you can exit those. Look, if I only got in 2 contracts on that, I should really only be exiting 1 here, right? Adding it back, right? But for simplicity's sake here, I'm just closing out half the position, adding the position back. It's a very simple technique that I'm teaching you guys. I want you guys to practice. You can make it more complicated as you go later, make it your own. But the way that I teach it is I'm going to have you exit half, and then I'm going to add back half. Okay? Cool. So I exited, and why did I add that back? I hope you guys see, like, you guys see that this broke. When I say broke, you know what this means, right? You guys know this broke, so I'm adding back to the position. Now again, I gave up a few ticks there because of that, and that's why I said earlier, I really want to only exit off of what I've entered on the twos. I should, if I only entered in, added 2, right? You see 1 and 1, I added 2 at the dot, then I should only be exiting 1 right here, and then adding back 1 because this is on the twos. Okay, but for simplicity's sake, I only have this position ready over here. So I'm entering into, I'm at half the position is 9 on an 18. Okay, so I'm closing out 9, I added back 9. Very easy, right? I sold market, I bought market. You guys getting it? Okay, let's push forward. Here we go. Fast forward. Let's watch this position go here. All right, so we're adding back half. I'm riding. Now, when I get into this box, do I have to exit here? No. Remember, this is the candy bar twos. Okay? I don't really care about the twos. I care about the fives. So where am I holding this out to? Up here, fives. Okay? So I'm caring about this up here. This is where I want to really exit half here. Right? Now these might correlate. These might be, it's pretty close, but not really. I'm gonna speed it up. You guys are getting this, right? Okay, we know this is about to go red here. Okay, so I can take off some position, and then I can add it back on a green. But I'm really trying to maximize it by getting out up here, right? This is my half exit position right here. Okay, let's speed it along. We're at 15x speed. I'm going to do this fast, so keep up. Here we go. This is playing the video game. If I get a green dot, I'm going to add to this position. Okay, do I have some measurement? Can I measure? I can measure the alt bat in here. No, blue dot. I need to measure that blue dot. Okay, remember, as you're moving, what should I be doing?
Color dot alert
Measuring
for
dots.
NASDAQ.
Bam, look at that. Perfect turn point. I probably should have added right there. Look, here comes the volume spike. There's a volume spike on the smooth leg. That's an add normally right there. Came into the cross plus the volume spike. I want to add to that position. We are breaking a salmon dot on the 8s over here. I'm going to sell half the position. Bam. I'm exiting half the position. Why? Because I've got an 8. This is an even bigger range. And look up here. I hit my target up here on the 8s. Now, can I build and add back to this position? I can. I'm going to wait. Now, nope. So I should be closing out the whole position here. Why? Because this came back down and in. But for example's sake today, we're going to hold it just for fun. But pretend like we closed out that whole position. I'm looking for a complete new entry now. Okay? Here we go. Again, we're trying to maximize the position. When we have figured out, like, dude, we think we got it. We've picked the right spot in the market. We've got the right position. Okay, we're coming back into that area. I'm adding back. Okay, I'm adding back half my position plus 2.
Color alert for NASDAQ.
I'm going to close this bracket out. I don't want it getting in the way. Red dot piercer. There we go. Breaking the back. Holding it, holding it, holding it, rolling it. Following up here. Watching the trade position up here. Remember target 1 for the J hook. Where's target 1 for the J hook? All the way up here. We aren't even at target 1 yet. Let's speed it along. Here we go. These are going to move quick. I'm going to push these out to target 2. Okay, I'm going to manually exit on target 1. There we go.
NASDAQ,
Crushing
NASDAQ.
through on target one
Color dot alert for
and
NASDAQ.
closing half the position. All right, we have a target up above us. Where am I moving my targets to? I'm moving it up to the harmonics. Adjusting my chart so I can always see well. Here's VL1 coming up over here all the way to the left, 21 range. Can we say pierced? Yes, Jamester, exactly. We pierced. All right, we're riding this position. All right, I'm going to add to this position. If we come down here, this looks like a J-hook setup if I've ever seen one. Now, I wish I had timing lines. I have nothing to measure a timing line off of here except for Darvis boxes. Now, if I had my new version .8 that's coming out, I would already have timing lines sitting out here in front of me where I know I could add to this position. But you see, I'm playing out here in Never Never Land here. I got to wait on a green dot now, only because we're on version .7. On .8, we're releasing hopefully sometime this week. I'm hoping for Saturday. We're getting a Saturday release. We'll have projection lines showing out in front of us. All right, there's our volume spike over here on the 8s. Look at the 8s. We got the volume spike on a smooth
NASDAQ,
leg.
NASDAQ.
That's the smoothest
Color
leg
dot
I've seen
alert
in a
for
while.
NASDAQ.
No stubble. She is nice and shaved. All right, are we at
NASDAQ.
78? Oh, there's my
Color dot
ad.
alert
There's my
for
ad right
NASDAQ.
there. Oh, I just punched that way too many
NASDAQ.
times.
Color dot alert for
Did I just punch
NASDAQ.
that 3 times? I did. Okay, don't make that mistake. Okay, fairly certain I
Target
punched that
filled.
way too many times.
Target filled.
All right, so I need to sell that as many times. Was that 3 times? I think I punched it 3 times. Thinking that was, that's what I typically do on my 2s. Don't get your 9s and your 2s mixed up, people. You'll have major problems. All right, so we are working this position like a boss at this point. And now that red dot technically held, so what should I do? Red dot hold? Well, it didn't really happen up here, but you get the point, right? Anywhere up here, if I had gotten that exit position on one of these right now, we'll call it that we got the VL1 right here. Beautiful position. Let's close out the rest. Let's see what we got
Target
on our biggest
filled.
position. Did you get how we hold, we add, we subtract half, we add half. We hold half, we add half. And then you could hold half that position. You know, look, if you catch one of these, you catch it at the right time of day, you get a BTFD, right? Buy the F and dip at 3:30 in the afternoon. You catch a trap and move off of a J hook early morning, especially around that 10:30 time. What do? We get those big moves into the lunch hour,
NASDAQ,
right? Lunch is
NASDAQ.
coming up. Oh, there's a
Color
green
dot
dot
alert
ad
for
right there if I
NASDAQ.
ever saw one. I'm gonna go ahead and add right here. Although this is not an entry, folks, so do as I say, not as I do. This is a single dot entry, but I can tell this is about at a large.
Target
This is a
filled.
large location. How can I tell? Yeah, just look at the distance. Here, let's measure this out and see how close that was. So I should have already measured the timelines. This pretty close. No, it was a medium. Nope, it was a medium. See, I got target 1, but look, I didn't get target 2. Why? Well, because that was a medium. I thought it was a large. See, I'm still not that good at measuring it by the eyeball. Let's speed it up. Let's hit 500x, shall we? We shall. All right, let's see if we're gonna lose. I gotta lose something. Come on. Let me lose one. No? You're not gonna give me a loser?
NASDAQ.
Oh,
Color
red dot
dot alert for
closed.
NASDAQ.
Right, and we're done.
Target
It's as
filled.
easy as that, folks. We're entering on the green. We're exiting on the reds. Do you get it? Oh, yeah. All right, I know that was lengthy. So we got number 1 and number 2 off. Let's quickly run through this. Handling unexpected
NASDAQ,
news.
NASDAQ.
So
Color dot alert for
today,
NASDAQ.
we had an unexpected news event. Oh man, look at this double dot play. Did this seriously turn into a double dot play? It did. There's a double dot if I ever seen one. Is that a double dot? Look, if you don't know what a double dot is, folks, that, my friends, is a double dot. Right, playing out there in double dot. Forget this one. Enter in on this one. It always comes. No FOMO, folks. Look at it. Look at it, Luke. I am your father. Look at it. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Look at her go. Double dot right there. Doubled up top. Come on. Double dot to double dot. Doug, that's your 20K in a day trade right there. Trade a little bit heavier, make it 50K. Awesome. Okay. back to our notes. Promise we're
NASDAQ,
gonna get through this here.
NASDAQ.
Give me
Color dot
15 more
alert for
minutes, folks.
NASDAQ.
Hang with me. Handling unexpected news. So today, we did not have a scheduled news event. What happened? Let's take a peek. We had
NASDAQ,
not
NASDAQ.
necessarily a Trump
Color
tweet. We
dot
had
alert for
the
NASDAQ.
Democrats tweeting today about impeaching Trump and all kinds of crazy stuff. Not a scheduled news event. If you want to know scheduled news events, come into our room. Type !news. Bam. We will get you the latest news for today. These are the scheduled news events. They show up. They look like this.
NASDAQ,
If you want to know
NASDAQ.
earnings reports,
Color dot
exclamation,
alert for NASDAQ.
earnings, important things to know. Type in earnings. Know what earnings are coming out. Whether or not we need to look into extra volatility or not based on scheduled things. And then, of course, we also have the unscheduled things. And how do we check the gas? Check the gas. What's the gas? The gas is the speed of the market. What are we doing here? Right? Look at these double dots. Are these awesome or what? Wrecking ball. VIX level. Check that VIX level. Okay, so what's up with the VIX? Type !VIX. I teach you guys 13 to 14 is the sweet spot. Anything higher than that, we're running high. We want to bump down on our instruments, maybe trade the ES, trade something a little bit slower as we approach that 20 area. Right, we're right here at 17s tonight. Make sure you know that you can get these anytime. Another thing, new stuff to our room, market news live right here. Now, what was part of the problem today? Well, first of all, I told you guys this morning, for some reason, our news guy was broke today. Okay, normally we have audio news streaming into the room, so we would have known this ahead of time, but we didn't today. You've got to be sitting at your desk with LunchBot, folks. Okay, let's come to lunch today, and I'm going to show you guys what happened. Question. Here we go. So LunchBot, this is why it matters. LunchBot, folks, if you are launching LunchBot, you have got to sit at your desk. I know it is tempting to walk away. Do not walk away. Okay, because
NASDAQ,
today,
NASDAQ.
right at lunch,
Color
when
dot alert
there
for
was no
NASDAQ.
scheduled news, okay, nobody expected anything. All of a sudden, oh, the Dems decide, I know what, let's talk to Pelosi, and let's, you know, all right, there was a phone call made, and we're gonna make up some more confusion, so we're gonna distract the market because you know, we're not good at doing anything, but we can cry a lot. So let's pull one of them there. Let's call the local news guys that like us so much. Let's go to CNN, the Live News Network, and let's go tell them some stuff. Well, they happen to do it right at lunch today, and the market goes absolutely nuts. You would have gotten crushed today if you kept your LunchBot on. Okay, Attachino was smart. He was in the room. He said, "Hey, closing LunchBot." Right? You could just tell. You got to feel the market sometimes. And we were looking for news. I literally was saying in the room, like, dude, where's the news at? Anybody got news? Anybody got news? The news wasn't coming through. We eventually found, okay, here's what's happening, right? Turning on some Fox News and I'm figuring out, and I think I saw this guy, James, so appreciate James out there on Twitter, if he's watching this later, said, I guess impeachment is a good excuse for selling, although I doubt this is a major market mover over time. He's right about that. But at the time, you know, we got a little bit of a panic that came in the market. Market was moving. You do not want to let your automated systems run during those events, and you got to feel it. You have got to be there to turn them off, folks. It is not a press the button and walk away. It is a press the button, let the machine get very good entries for you, but you've got to be the human intervention. This is why I call it cyborg future trading. It is algorithmic trading, taking the tools, but no algorithm in the world is going to be able to fix a problem for you like a human can. I'm just saying, it's not, okay? We do have Twitter sentiment, all right, but we're not really having our bots trade off of that yet. Okay, so you get that? That's the news thing. Let's go to this J-hook thing. I want to talk to you guys about this in our notes, okay? If you're trading the J-hook, two target observation. Learn this. How do I know when I'm going to get the second target? I have found a key to this. Here we go. Here is the observation. If we easily and directly go through target one hard initially, we increase the odds of getting the target two dramatically. Okay, what do I mean by that? If you get into a J hook, you know the one. Let's see, let me move this to the right. Okay, here we go. Here's the actual J hook coming in right here. Okay, bump up, chugga, bam. Here's our entry box, right? Entry, you know the drill. Change it to green. Kapow, kapow. Entry box, we got into it. What are those? Remember I told you, these are entries, okay? Bam, you're riding it. We get 2, 3 more entries, bam, bam. We come in, we touch target 1 immediately. The ones that are tougher, I'll tell you right now, if they do not get to target 1 quickly, it kind of goes
NASDAQ.
These
Color
typically
dot
go
alert
up
for
here, they
NASDAQ.
touch target 1, and then like literally it
NASDAQ.
could come all the way back
NASDAQ.
down, or it's just
Color dot NASDAQ.
it's just not the
Color
best.
dot alert for
Okay?
NASDAQ.
But in a scenario like this one right here, I told you guys this is going to target 2, right? I was like, dude, this is going to
NASDAQ.
target 2 today.
NASDAQ.
Easy one to read.
Color dot
Went
alert for
straight in to
NASDAQ.
target 1 out of the entry box. Bam, 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 bam. Boom. Broke it once, broke it twice. Coming up and through. Yeah, sure, we dive back down, but what do I tell you guys? Anything down here, once you've broken through this almost immediately, semi-close after a J hook, okay? This is what I mean. This is the observation right here. Make the observation. Here's the J. Boom. Breakthrough. Target 1. Easy. Then, any breakdown below, I'm looking for a green dot. I'm looking for a harmonic, a PRZ, whatever, especially if I get both, all right? If I get both, I'm doubling down, triple down. I'm going to try to get my biggest trade of the day off of that J hook if I get both, right? HMD. You get an HMD here, you want to double up. Okay. Bam. I'm riding this and I'm going to target 2. Okay. Target 2 is on the menu. Okay. Now target 3, look, target 3 is always that runner. Okay. Target 3, you're always like, look, you're gonna leave a few on, and I don't have a perfect stat on that, but you know the deal, right? We hit that target 3 oftentimes, especially if you're an options guy. If you're an options guy, hitting that target 3 is really what you want to be there for. Okay. But target 2, I will add to that position, get heavy, and I'll ride that beast to target 2 off of the J hook. No, that's a little bit complicated, but I'm looking for the J hook continuation with an entry, and I'm riding this beast all the way to at least the target 2. Target 3 is just bread and butter, extras. No, sorry, not bread and butter. The target 2 is the bread and butter. And is this one right here? Yeah. Okay, watch. So even when this came down, I wasn't even scared, right? I told you guys. I'm like, I'm going to add to this position. That's what I was calling this in the room. And then what did we get? Bam! Look at that. Even with the salmon dot, yeah, big breakdown, but look at this. Boom, up and cracked. At this point, I was up 10K on the day. Right there.
NASDAQ.
Yeah, we
Color
crushed
dot
this.
alert for
So
NASDAQ.
target 2, like I said, we cracked through that target 1. That's the observation. Target 2 is in the bag. Okay, now again, nothing's 100%, folks, and I'm not guaranteeing nothing. All right, but you get the point. Bam. All you need. Set it off right here for me, Pippi, Robbie, Lunchbot, Mod Squad, Curtis G, and the rest of the gang. I'm sitting out that big H-Town. See ya.
NASDAQ. Color dot alert for NASDAQ.
I've got it all, and I'm getting more, but I never fall, beat them all, 'cause you know I'm so humble. I'm a superstar, I kick down the door, got the money in the bills, and I'm also so humble.
NASDAQ. Color dot alert for NASDAQ.
Bar none, I am the most humblest. Number 1 at the top of the humble list. My apple crumble is by far the most crumblest, but I act like it tastes bad out of humbleness. The thing about me that's so impressive is how infrequently I mention all my
NASDAQ. Color dot alert for NASDAQ.
do it when girls say that I should model. My belly's full from all the pride I swallow. I'm the most courteous, biddable, hospitable, reverential, normal Larry, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
NASDAQ. Color dot alert for NASDAQ.
That is truly quite extraordinary.
It's not a competition, but I'm winning. You won't hear me admit it, because I'm so timid and submissive. I treat fat people like they were thin. Talk simple for the dumb. I'm so humble.
I'm not your normal definition of a rock star. I don't complain when my private jet is subpar. Your mom's old, but I'll ask if she's your sister. People say I'm charming, but I beg to differ. I feel more humble than Dikembe Mutombo. After a stumble, left him covered in a big pot of gumbo. I guess in a way, being gracious is my weakness. People say say I'm so unpretentious for a genius.
I've got it all, and I'm getting more, but I never fall, beat 'em all, 'cause you know I'm so humble.
NASDAQ. Color dot alert for NASDAQ.
It's just good manners.
NASDAQ. Color dot alert for NASDAQ.
I'm a native bastard, who says you're not me, 'cause I'm so humble.
Mama raised me right.
I'm so humble. I'm so humble. Watch out!